So now what I've done is I've pulled up this reference. Like my character I want to draw right now, I thought of something right now and just decided I wanted to draw, somebody gambling, an older guy. I enjoy drawing the older characters a little bit more just because there's a lot more character to them, a lot more things you can observe. So this is some of the reference I pulled up. I don't really care for this piece too much. These two, they feel a little generic to me, but I do like this composition. So maybe there's something there I could use, like this lower half, but maybe change the upper half. I do care for that. This guy's face is awesome. I can't see the whole face, but I just see like this great character there. So I'm gonna take a mix of all this stuff. I love this line up here. This is hilarious. Look at that. That is just a classic image. Let me just start sketching, and then you guys can just follow along and see me as I start to develop this design. Okay, so this is the stuff. I've thought about it already. I've let it sit in for a little while. I'm not just rushing into this, and now I want to start putting down some line work. Again, I'll create my layers, and really quickly, I'm just going to rough in a gesture. With this character right here in mind. So you can see I'm just like really loose with this. And I kind of like this guy's hair a little bit, but I do like that too. There's something really cool about that. The greased back hair. There's fun stuff there. Okay, and I think I'm going to scale this head down just a little bit. Maybe I'll make him like a nice smile. He's having a good time. Maybe he's winning. So it's not a sad image. I do like this composition. The way that the legs, that the gesture's doing right here. Maybe I'll keep this area clear. Something like that. He's gonna put some money in. Maybe he's pushing the buttons. He's got his coin here. Okay, I'm just gonna sketch some buttons in real quick. Okay, so this is pretty rough, quite a bit. So I'm just gonna this is gonna need a little bit more of a cleanup before I can go into like more of a finish. So I need to clean this area up a little bit more. And as you can see, it's still fairly loose, but at least I have a better understanding of what I'm doing now. And I'm looking at right now how the way this fold is working. I'm trying to simplify that. Okay, let me make this a little bit, raise this up maybe. All right, and I'll sketch really quickly the chair in there. Put in a slight perspective. Go ahead and scale this down together a little bit, make more room for my composition here. And this arm doesn't feel as natural to me. I'm gonna bend the arm a little bit. And the face, I kind of have a pretty clear vision of what I want him to look like. Maybe I'll turn this a little bit more to the side. Remember, I'm still remembering this face, like what I observed here. I just don't want to stick too much to it, so I'm gonna put it away now and start to just focus on my design. All right, so there's my general rough character. For now, I'll leave off the slot machine so that I can have more time to spend on the character for demo for you guys. Okay. So now what I want to do is I'll take this and clean it up again. But this time I'm going to be a little bit more careful because I want it to be more of a finished piece now. And for now I'm going to put everything away and just focus on the drawing. Made a slightly thinner brush now so I can get better detail. And I'm not going to be too tight with it either, though. I want to still keep that energy that I have in the initial sketch. Make this a thicker frame. I think I'm going to have to probably angle it back a little bit to make the glasses work with his ear. A little bit wider here. All right. Let's make sure that doesn't look weird. Oh, I like it. It's cool. Okay. And then here's going to be the hair. It's going to start. This nice grease back hair. I'm going to leave a little highlight in it too. Right about there. And I could make the brush bigger and fill this in faster, but I kind of want the line work to show a little bit. Make it feel a little bit more textural than feel like hair. And blend this a little bit to make this a little softer. Maybe we'll fill in some of this stuff here. Starts to get a little too busy. That's better. Okay, go back to a smaller brush now. Nice big round nose. this nice meaty chin right here. All that loose skin. Okay. You might see how nice the nostril looks right there. Maybe something more simple like this. I feel like it needs something. There we go. There we go. That works. Let me see if I want this line. No, I think it doesn't need it. So you see, I'll try things too, just to see if I like it or not. So you can see I start with the face because that's where I want to spend a lot of time and all the character is coming from. Maybe that's a little too high. Feels a little better. Clean this line up a little bit and angle it a little bit more differently. It needs to meet at this point right here. Okay. And I'm going to add these pockets in, but make them go around the fold a little bit, give them more dimensionality. Okay. Get my little t-shirt here. Nice sweaty t-shirt. Okay. See, so that before I move on, I have to step back so I could look at my drawing and see how everything's working and see if my gesture's coming together. But you can see where I'm getting with this now, how it's starting to come together. So right now what's happening, see how this line right here is going right into that? It's a little distracting to me, so I need to angle that line somewhere else. It was a visual thing that was really throwing me off there. But yeah, that works better. One more fold there. There we go. Feels like cloth now. Go a little bit thinner with that hand. That looks a little better to me. And I'm actually going to draw this hand and make the arm a little shorter. And right now I'm making the pose that I'm drawing right now with my own hand, so I can see what it is that I'm seeing if I'm grabbing I'm going to put some money in or put a quarter in. I'm actually doing the pose myself right now. So first thing is draw the coin. Okay. All right, something like that. Okay, so I'm gonna actually make this arm short, like I told you, because I feel like it's a little too long. So what I can do is just step back a little bit, and then bring the hand to right where I want it. Right about there. And if this was a traditional drawing, I would just cut the paper up and then glue it back to where I want it. So you can see how hands, they're very tricky, and you just have to like be patient with them and and just not get frustrated. And study hands all the time too. And that's one thing that really helps, is just like practice drawing hands too, and just maybe just features for one day. Hope you understand what's really going on. So once you break them down into simple shapes, it's really not super complicated. And these fingers are looking a little weird to me. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut them off. And then I'm going to put them where I think they feel right about there. So that means all this needs to be gone. And that's much better to me now. All right. Now I can go to this side. Right now, what's happening in this compression, there's so many folds happening right here that I have to find a way to simplify them. That still feels like it's a believable, cloth with form underneath. Okay. Okay, and little knuckle lines here and there, add a little detail. Might even put some little liver spots here, just for fun. Right here as well. All right, you can see how it just gives a little bit of texture. Puts him on his hands too. Okay, so you can see how far I've gotten now. I'll go ahead and merge these two layers back together. Alright, so now it's the lower body I gotta focus on. Okay, indicate this belt in here now. Okay. And see now, because I referenced those pants earlier, like how the way they fold, I'm able to get more naturalistic and more authentic, looking material. Because there's no way I would have came up with that shape if I wasn't looking at some reference. It's too complicated and to understand the way cloth really works unless you're really studying it. So it's great that's what that reference is so great for, to have that kind of visual representation. Something like that, yeah, it's great. Okay, so now I want it to feel with this line so that there's still structure, in here. You can still feel like the legs in there. Okay, And let's see how that looks. Yeah, it looks great. I'm gonna go ahead and give him some nice socks. Okay. And I'm pretty happy with that shape. I'm gonna go ahead and just darken this in. I like to design with shapes into, combine shapes with line when I'm designing characters in this way, because it helps, simplify some certain areas and give a nice graphic quality. It's a stylistic thing that I choose to do, but it helps break up the character a little bit, so it's not all the same. Okay. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll erase out, like, if I want certain folds in there, then I can erase out some stuff. If I want to put that line in there as well, I can. Okay, that's looking pretty good to me. I can have fun with the texture of this chair. And put some nice wood grain in it. And if I don't know what wood grain looks like to simplify, then I would go ahead and look up the reference for it. I've done enough caricaturing of wood grain where I kind of have like a way that I kind of do it already. But it's definitely something I used to look up quite a bit, and I still do. I just want to keep moving forward on this design right now. The perspective is going to be something like that, yeah. I'm actually going to fill these shapes in, keep them real simple and graphic. Okay. I just want to get that perspective a little bit better on this thing. So I had to change some things a little bit. Okay. Well, that does it for the chair. Sit back and see how that looks. Kind of feels like he's tilting back a little bit, so I'm going to just take the whole guy and do that to him. You know what? I like him tilted back, so I'm going to go ahead and fix the chair. How do I do that? Now that I've already drawn it in there, I got to go in there and select it out. As much of a kind of a pain that is, it'll be worth it. And it's not going to take too long to do a couple more of these. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is just kind of rotate it, move this rotation point from up here somewhere. Just want to pull that back and then maybe move it forward just a bit. There, that works better. Actually, before I deselect, I might scale it up just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, it looks better. Gotta fix all the little areas got messed up. Okay, let's clean this up quick. All right, so that's pretty much my drawing now of this guy. You see, I went from. We'll go back and look at this. Went to this. And to this. Where now it's a little bit more figured out. And now what I would do is, like, if I have more time and stuff, I would pick certain lines and maybe just make a little bit more bolder, you know, make some more thicker to thin lines and here and there. Not everywhere though, just occasionally when I feel like there's one that could really be, you know, pushed out a little bit more. And it starts giving a little bit of interesting visual, you know, texture to it. And I would probably do this throughout the whole drawing until I hit up all the ones that I feel like I want. And I'm constantly going back and forth to see which ones I want to really make a little bit more bolder. And one of the things that I really like doing is putting a thick line next to a thin line, because it really helps fill like a nice cloth or a nice visual texture that I was telling you about. And basically, I think by making the lines thicker here and there, I'm basically saying like those folds are a little bit deeper. So like here we have all this, I can just thicken this up. I might even see how it looks if I just fill this whole shape in. Might be too much. And it is. But yeah. See, so I'll take that one and maybe this one to thicken it up a little bit. I'm actually going to make this one long. Okay. Okay. Maybe I'll thicken this up too. Okay. So there's my guy. He's almost done. The next thing I can do is add some values to him too, and a little bit more texture. And I'll throw a little bit of that in just so you can see how much it helps. And then I'll emphasize his nose too. Get his chin. All right, just added a few more folds in there because I just think it was a little too plain there. Probably could have left them out too, though it wasn't a big deal. All right, so now I can add some values to this guy. And this will be really, this shouldn't take too long. I have a variety of brushes I have put away. I'm going to do this with values. Make his pants a nice deep tone. And by adding value like this, it really helps to simplify your character's shapes. It really helps to bring it all together and simplify all the folds and stuff that's happening, all the details that I've added. If I've added too much, or it kind of helps soften all that and bring it all together. And then what I can do now is I've got the shape blocked, and just go and clean up my shape just a little bit. Do the top half of that one only. Alright, so that's kind of nicely blocked in. And for the shirt, I just want to give him a slight tint to it. I'm going to actually lighten this color just a little bit, because I don't want it to be as dark as it was. Just want to add a little tone to it. I'm actually going to put like a stripe across the shirt too, I think. Maybe I'll paint in that one of those modes. Maybe just the tops of these things. Let's try. So I'll try a few things to see if I want to do anything at all. Yeah, I kind of like the stripe. Okay. And then he's got like a little logo thing there.